this is another video. I just took a break for only a couple of minutes or so, and then I decided that I'm going to continue this because right now my mind is fresh about making another video about the single family dwelling houses. So I'm going to continue in this video. Before I will start is talking about single family dwelling houses as a rental house or houses, please subscribe the channel. Please tell your friends about my channel, and also make sure that you press the bell icon, so whenever I put a video out there you will receive a message, and turn on your notifications so you will receive a message. Always remember that write down the comments, or write down comments. Like I said in my earlier video, nobody is perfect. I'm not perfect either. I'm still learning, even after having a 30 plus year experience in real estate, but I'm still learning. So but now there is a whole lot to learn, but still you get the knowledge when you talk to people and stuff, like I said in my other video. So subscribe the channel, and also make sure that when you get in any business, you work hard. You save at least 60 to 80% of your gross income, or net income, so that you can invest. So work hard, save 60 to 80% of your net income, and then invest. Now some people might disagree with me. They would say that, well, how could you live on 10 or 20 or 30% on your net income, and how could you save 60 to 70%? Believe me, if you don't save, and if you don't save as much as you can, you will never be successful. You will never be able to invest. It will take years and years to accumulate money. So my goal is, and what I'm trying to say is that accumulate as much as possible, and as soon as possible work hard, have 2 jobs, 3 jobs, whatever you can do, and save money and invest. Now I'm going to go back into my single family dwelling houses. Assume that you're buying a rental house and single family dwelling house. Now how would you do it? Like I said in my previous video, you go around, you check out the properties, you call the real estate agent, you talk to the homeowner if the homeowner is selling the property, and you check the property thoroughly. When I say thoroughly, you do your own inspection. You will learn a lot. Second, you ask questions to the seller or to the real estate agent. Third, whenever you hire an inspector to inspect the property, then you want to make sure that you are there. That's where you're going to learn most about how to inspect the property. So whenever you buy the property, you want to be with the inspector who's checking the property. He's going in the attic, he's going in the crawl space, he's supposed to. He will check the wiring, you ask him questions, you make a video of that, what he's checking and how he's checking, and because you're paying for to get the property inspected. Yes, he or she may not like it because you are taking their time, but they are charging you for their time. They charge $100 to $150 an hour, sometime more. Yes, you're going to be paying them a little bit more money because you're asking questions, you're slowing them down. Sometimes they charge a flat fee. So ask more questions, because that's where your real knowledge would come, whenever you buy the second property. And so check the property thoroughly, learn about the property, like I said in my previous video, and also I'm repeating it. Then you would know what property you would buy. Now, why you want to buy single family dwelling houses? That's a very good question, because very first thing is this, that when you buy one house, a single house, you learn more about real estate. You learn more about the property. No matter you buy a single family dwelling house or you buy a multiple dwelling family house, or you buy commercial property, or you buy apartment building, basically the construction is throughout America, North America, is done similarly. When I say similarly, it's just 2x4 structure, sometimes steel 2x4, sometimes a wooden 2x4, but basic construction is done pretty much the same. So you learn from one property, that knowledge you can take, and then when you inspect the another property, or you are ready to buy another property, the knowledge is still there. And like I said in my previous video, you buy you inspect or you look into 20 to 25 property before you buy the first one, and you would know what I'm talking about. So accumulate as much information about the property. Now, why you want to buy a single family dwelling house? Because it's easy. That's how you learn. So then the second thing about real estate is that you can bargain. If somebody is asking $100,000, you can offer your price. I mean, don't offer like $60,000 or $50,000. You would know you're not gonna get it unless somebody is desperate. But offer them a reasonable price, and then start negotiating. And you would know when you would start negotiation how much you will probably get the sense, and also you will get the sense of how much you would pay for the property or how much you can get the property for. So let's say $100,000 property, and if you are a good negotiator, then you might get a property for 80% of the value, or maybe sometimes 70% of the value. In my case, I have gotten actually 60% of the value of the house. So if somebody was selling it for $100,000, I got it for $60,000. I'm a very hard negotiator, and good businessmen, they are good hard negotiators. Sometimes you offer cash. When you offer cash, the people will sell it, the property a little bit cheaper. Not everybody, but some people might do it because cash is the king, as we all know. So you basically, my point I'm trying to make, this is the business where you can negotiate and try to get the best deal. And if the property is great, and if you have money and you think that the property is worth what it is, everybody telling you, and the inspector is telling you what the property value should be, then the buyer will pay the full price for the property if you really want it. And especially the locations, when you buy A plus locations, you have to pay the price, because nobody's, like I said, nobody's is dumb out there who will sell you the property for cheap. You might get here and there, say a seller who will sell it for cheap. So first thing in the real estate, you can negotiate. Second thing of buying a property would be that once you buy the property, make sure that make sure you have money, so that you can renovate the property. Whatever needs to be renovated about the property, do it right then, because right now you have the best opportunity. If the fridge looks about 10 years old, if I were you, I will sell the fridge for $100 or $150 and buy a new one. This is what typically I do: buy a new fridge, not the cheapest one, but $700 or $750. You can get a decent fridge. Buy new appliances. If the stove looks dirty and old and rusted or whatever, replace it. You sell it for $25, $50, and then get new washer and dryer if you can, because the new washer and dryer you can get a set for $700 to $800. Don't buy very expensive items or appliances, because more expensive they are, more gadgets they have, more electronic stuff they have, then more the chances are they will go wrong, something wrong. And if you have money, then you replace the furnace, replace the air conditioning unit. Make sure that you paint the entire house, and if the tile is broken or the wood floor is looking a little bit odd, polish it, renovate. My point is that you try to avoid future problem. So go through the house very closely and do whatever you can take, whatever you can do to take care of the house before you rent it, so that you will have less problem in the future and less maintenance calls on the property. So check the plumbing thoroughly, check the electrical wiring thoroughly. Whatever the inspector has recommended to replace or repair, do it right then. But if you don't have money, then do whatever you can do. Then once you started making money, then you reinvest in the property. Now also you have to make sure that whatever your mortgage payment is, you might want to make sure that you have at least 6 months mortgage payment in your bank, in your savings account. And also you should have little extra money also sitting there for the repair work. This is the rule of thumb I have when I started doing real estate, that if I bought the property of $100,000 or $200,000, I would keep at least 5%. money cash as a working capital, since you just never know what can go wrong. And also I renovated the property right away. So this is how I did it, and then I will advertise, and then I will rent the property. So this is how I did it when I started getting into real estate. Initially I didn't have money, so I did a lot of TLC stuff by myself, just cleaning I did it myself, painting I did it myself, cleaning the carpet and stuff I did it myself, renting the equipment, and I learned from my friends. In my previous videos you can watch that how I learned stuff doing it yourself. It keeps you also fit, and also it connects you with your investment, so that you know the property inside out. You know where the shut-off valves are, you know exactly where the electrical panel is, you know where the furnace is sitting, or where the shut-off valve for the water line is. You have to know inside out about the property, and then you will be successful, and then you will also have a peace of mind. So if there is any call in the future from tenant that something is going on, you know the where the shut-off valve is, so you can shut the valve water line off before you start doing the repair work. The professional people all know what to do, but if you are doing things by yourself, then you should know about the property. So very first thing in the real estate, what you do actually, you bargain. If you have a room to bargain, if the property has a room to bargain, you bargain. Second thing is you do that, so you get a better price. And then secondly, you check out the rent in that area. So if the 3-bedroom house is renting for, let's say, $1,500, and if you think that your houses can fetch $1,500, so rent it for $1,500. But the way I do it, I just keep the rent a little bit lower than what the going price in the area, because I wanted to rent it sooner than other people. And the reason it is, the more the property is going to sit vacant, you have to keep an eye on the property. So you better want to make sure that somebody is living there, so you do not have to keep up with just going over the property all the time, that somebody might have broken into the property or got into the house or something. So try to rent it as fast as possible. So if the rent is in the neighborhood is like $1,500, you try to rent it for $1,300 or $1,400, so house will get rented. Make sure that you want to fix everything up, so whoever is interested in renting the property or want to come and check out the property, you want to make sure that the property looks great. So whoever walks in there said, that's the property I want. And how you would make that property look like: fix up the property from outside, power wash the house, power wash the deck if there is a deck, power wash the siding, make sure that the driveway looks very clean. If it has a garage, make sure that the garage looks very clean. And all those works actually, cleaning and all that, can be done for the single family dwelling houses within 2 or 3 days. A lot of stuff you can do it yourself, and like I said, it's a very good exercise, and also you learn about the property you have purchased or about to rent, and you are taking care of it. It's like taking care of it. Like I said, it's like having a baby, and this is your baby. People use that terminology, this is your baby, and it's a cash cow. Some people use that terminology. So you take care of things, and you will people will take care of it. Generally, the fixed up houses and fixed up property, you attract also a decent tenant, the responsible people. And when you're about to rent to property somebody, make sure that you check their credit report, make sure that you that they have a decent job, make sure that you also if they have rented the places somewhere else, you check with the previous landlords. Do your investigation about the tenant, and then you rent the house. Make sure that your lease is very good, so you write down everything, whatever you can think of about what should be go in the lease. You should make sure that it's in the lease. And how you going to do it? You go on internet, you check out other leases, and there are several leases: landlord and tenants, single family dwelling houses leases, and also commercial leases. So you check out the several leases, and every lease you will find out has few points which previous lease didn't have. so that add those points in the lease. And then over the years, when you start renting, you will encounter some issues which you did not have in your lease, so make sure that you start adding those things also in your future lease. So your lease and has to be really good. Talk to other landlords, and if they would want to share their lease with you, just share read their lease and add more and more. Make your lease pretty tight so that it's in your favor, and also it keeps everything even with your responsibility toward the property, and also the tenants' responsibility toward the property and toward you. And do not count that you will get rent every month. Majority of people pay rent on time. Majority of people pay rent, but once in a while you get stuck with a tenant, who would probably pay, but he might be late or she might be late. So make sure that you have at least 10 to 20%, I will say 5 to 10% working capital. When I say working capital, means that you have a mortgage payment and also other unexpected expenses in your banks, because if your tenant does not pay the rent, the bank is not gonna listen to that. Your tenant didn't pay the rent, so you can't make the mortgage payment. Make sure that you have money so you can make the mortgage payment. So do your due diligence about the way, do your investigation, and this is how you take another step to make your property more profitable. I'm going to stop this video here, and then in the next video I will continue that about how to rent single family dwelling houses and what are the benefits of renting. So we have covered quite a bit in this video, and also I have covered quite a bit in my previous video, and then I'm going to make another video continuation of this video, and then we'll go from there. Thank you very much for subscribing my channel. If you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel, and also tell your friends about my channel, and make sure that you write comments, and make sure you press that bell button so that if I make videos, then you will get the notification. Do everything whatever you can to promote my channel, so that you benefit, and also the people in the future who will watch my channel and my videos, they will benefit from it too. Thank you very much for watching the video, and I'll be back soon. Thank you again.